guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute. I know I just didn't post because I'm just a lazy fucker. So I'm just gonna get on to this video. It's some shady shit, it's some crazy shit, and I know you guys love story times, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a story time about my fake ass friend. A lot of you have followed me for a long time, and I'm not gonna say her name, and I know you guys know her, but it's been like 5 years since I haven't talked to this person, so I think it's good to make a video. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this video now. My cat is being so cute right now. Okay, anyways, let's get on to the video. Okay, let's start back when I wasn't Facebook famous. I became Facebook famous when I met this one girl. I met her through a mutual friend. We were at like a party or something, and I met her, and I was just like, who is this girl? And she's like, she was really known in Houston because she was like crazy and fun and I don't know, just a bunch of bullshit. So me and her really like clicked right away. I thought she was older than she looked. I mean, she looked 15, but she acted like 16, 17. By the time I found out her age, it was like too late. We had already been best friends for a long time. So she lied about her age. She told me that she was 16 going on 17, and I was like, okay, well, that's cool. At the time I was 16 and I was going on 17, so I was like, cool, I get to like hang out with a girl, you know, that she's like cool as fuck, everybody likes her, whatever. So me and her started hanging out a lot. We became like best friends. She posted me a lot on her Facebook page, and I became Facebook famous. A lot of people were like, who's this girl, who's your friend, like starting to follow me. Our friendship started getting into like this love and hate relationship. She started like hating on me because everybody was like talking about me, like the attention was about me now, and I was getting known on Facebook. So she was like really like sketched out. She's like, oh, you're just using me for like likes, because back then that was like the shit. She's like, you're using me for likes and like it's fucked up or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm not using you for likes. Like, I never asked her to post me on her Facebook. I never told her to tag me or anything. So when I became Facebook famous, it was a shock to me too, because I had just made my Facebook and I was like, okay, what is this? What does this mean? She's like, well, whatever. So she started hating on me because of it. We would go to parties together, we'd go to like the mall and do meet and greets and stuff like that, and we were like getting recognized. Like a year passes and we're still doing the same bullshit. We're still like fucking hood rats. We're acting like a fool, going to parties, acting drunk, you know, not acting but being drunk. We're being just crazy. And this video goes out of somebody talking shit about her, saying that she's a liar, that she's really not 16, she's 14, and that she's just a bad person, yada yada yada. It's going like viral, like on Facebook, and I was like, what the fuck? What? I was confused. So she tells me, no, it's a lie, like I'm really 16, I can prove it to you, like just let me prove to you. Like, my friendship towards her was loyal as fuck. So when I found out this shit, I was just like, alright, it's not a big deal, like it's fucked up that you lied, but if you really are 14, just let me know now. And she's like, no, I'm really 16. Like, I don't know, if I knew that she was 14 in the beginning, I would have never hung out with her, because it's like what we did, it was like so crazy, like I would never. So then it goes everywhere. People are like, you know what, she really is 14, and it came out to the open. So I ended up confronting her, and I was like, okay, so you really are 14? She's like, yeah, I just didn't want to tell you, I didn't want to lose your friendship, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, alright, whatever, it's cool, I got over it. So we still were friends, still were really close. We were always hanging out. I was always spending the night at her house. We would watch movies, order pizza. She lived in this really, really big house, I'm not gonna lie. And I loved going over there because she had a pool, and it was really fun, you know? It's like something that you, when you're like, I don't know, you just don't experience it when you're like, you know, not in that scene. So she was really, really like wealthy. And so I went to her house all the time to go to the pool and hang out with her. Like, I really liked her company. When we were alone, she was a badass friend. Like, she was cool A1. I was always around her. She was like really cool. But when we were around other people, other girls like that influenced her, she would treat me like shit. She would want to like just do shady ass shit. Like I was just like, oh my god, what the fuck. So we would go everywhere together, by the way. We ended up like floating apart like for like a week or two. I didn't talk to her. I didn't speak to her. Like I don't know what happened. I was just not in the mood to talk to her. So I log into Facebook and I see like statuses of her like talking shit about me, like saying that I was a fake ass friend, yada yada yada, that I used her and shit like that. If I was to use you, honey, don't you think I'd get something out of it, like money or something? Like me going to your house isn't me using you, you know what I'm saying? So she was talking shit. We cleared it up and I was like, all right girl, like I'm not trying to use you. Like if you don't want to be my friend, I'm cool. Like I'm not trying to start beef. But she was like, I feel like she was like obsessed with me in a way because she wouldn't drop it. I felt like I was in like a relationship with this girl. Like she would call me, she would hit me up, she would talk, like if I wouldn't speak to her, she'd talk shit about me. And then when I talked to her, she was all about me. Like it was like weird. So then some girl and me got really close. And I wasn't talking to her. Okay, I'm confusing you guys. Okay, so my ex-best friend, let's name her Orange because there's an orange right here, okay? And then my new friend that I met, her name's Banana, okay? So I started hanging out with Banana and I was like, okay, she's cool as fuck. She was also Facebook famous, so I don't know why I got along with those girls, but I guess I did, but they were fucking shady. But anyways, I started hanging out with Banana. She lived in the hood. I went to go see her, and nothing bad about the hood, but like she knew a lot of bad people, like bad older people, and I spent the night at her house one time, and she let me borrow a shirt, and I was just like, all right, cool, thanks, I'm gonna spend the night. So I borrowed her shirt, and I wore it like the next day because I had nothing else to wear, and I thought she was gonna be okay with it, you know, it's just a fucking shirt. It was like a plain shirt. So I took it home and she goes on Facebook and talks shit about me. She was like, she's a dirty bitch. She didn't take a shower when she lived here. Like, lived here? Bitch, I spent the night one day. What are you fucking talking about? And then she's like, she took my clothes. Like, she's a fucking loser. Like, she's a bitch. She took my fucking shirt. Yada, yada, yada. I want my shirt back. And I was like, what the fuck? So I knew they were trying to get attention because I was really known. I was more known than them. And I knew they wanted attention, so they were just trying to make any little thing like something dramatic so people could talk shit and they can get famous. So I was like, what the fuck? So I didn't say anything on Facebook, so I didn't respond until I get a phone call from Orange, my other, you know, my ex-best friend. And she's like, hey, I saw you hanging out with yada yada. I heard that she's talking shit, that you took her shit. Like, I'm on your side no matter what. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Like, fuck her. Like, whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, come over. I was like crying. I think I was scared because I knew that she was affiliated with like bad people. So she came over and she's on her phone the whole time. She's not even minding me. And I'm just like, okay, dude, you're a great friend. So I'm just sitting there just fucking minding my business, and I tell her, I'm like, you know what, like these girls really want to fight me. They're gonna end up finding out where I live. Like I already know because last year I had a party at my house, and so I know there's an address out there floating around that, you know, people know where I live. So she's like, don't worry, they're not gonna come here. Like if they do, I'll fucking fight them. Like fuck them, yada yada. So later that day, my dad, I've told you guys my parents are mentally disabled. They don't understand or comprehend correctly. So when they were outside, my dad was outside in the garage, and they confronted my dad and said, hey, can you get Crystal to come out? And he was like, oh yeah, okay. Like that's all he understood. So he goes out inside and he's like, hey, your friends are here, they want to see you. And I'm just like, what the fuck, what do you mean? I don't have any friends. So I go out in the garage and there's 5 girls and one guy standing there with a like camera, And I'm just like, what the fuck? And so I didn't recognize none of the girls except two of them. And the girl that I spent the night at her house was yelling, talking shit, saying all this crap, saying my parents were retarded, that I was ugly, that I was just a fucking unwanted kid, like nobody liked me, like the reason people like followed me was because they felt bad and I looked like an alien and yada yada yada. None of it hurt except when they were making fun of my parents. That made me feel like shit because I went through a lot with when I was a kid, when people making fun of me as my parents were like disabled. So I was just like, what the fuck? So they wanted to jump me, so I thought Orange had my back. So I was just like, oh hey girl. So when I look back, she's laughing, she's just straight up laughing, fucking clapping, talking shit, but she was just laughing, she was just laughing about it. So I try to run in and she stops me and she's like, don't go inside, you're gonna fight them, you have to fight them. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you're supposed to be my friend. I'm like, let me in. So I go in, shut the door, and I shut the door on her, and she's banging. She's like, let me in, let me in. What the fuck? I'm your friend. So I let her in, and she's like, you're gonna have to fight them. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, calling me a pussy and shit, and I'm just like, dude, like, what the hell? You told me you had my back. Like, she was just a fake friend. Like, she had done other shady shit. Like, I'm just not gonna mention it right now. But she was fucked up, and it turns out that she gave them my address to get there. She was in on it. She told them that she promised that she would get me outside so they could beat me up. I saw her text on the phone and on Facebook, and it was so fucked up. I was so brokenhearted because she was like my best friend. My cat's acting crazy. So I was just like, that's so fucked up. How can you do that to me? And she was just like, I don't know, because you're fake as fuck. Nobody really likes you. Like, still talking shit, but she was still inside my house. And by this time, these girls go in front of my house, and one of them grabbed a brick and threw it through my window. It almost hit my mom, and it was so fucked up. I've talked about this before. I think I made a video about it, so if you want to go see that, you can go see it. So I didn't know her last name, so I couldn't call the cops, and it was just like really fucked up. Now I know her name, and I fucking it's been so long, but it still hurts. Like, how can people be so fucked up? And yeah, that's when I found out that girl was really, really fucked up and fake. Like, she really gave my address out. She was supposed to be my best friend, you know. She knew my parents were sick, and why would you bring that kind of environment in my home? It was just really, really shady. So this girl and me tried to be friends after that, and it just didn't work. She kept being fake. I dated this one guy, and I broke up with him, and she dated him right after. It was just so crazy. She was so weird, so crazy. It was just really fucked up. She was just a fake person, and she probably still is. And a lot of people still ask me about her. They're like, hey, are you still friends with her? And I'm just like, stop asking. Like, I'll make a video about it. She was just a fucked up person, and I hope she isn't anymore. Like, I really do, because she won't get anywhere in life with that attitude. She's just, that's not how you act. And I know you guys are going to say, well, you were kids, you were a teenager. Yeah, but still, even if you are that young, you still know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're not fucking a little baby. You know what's going on. And if that's what, you know, you're acting at that age, I can imagine how you're going to act when you're older. So it's just really fucked up what she did. She dated the guy after me and talked shit about me, and then she like did a bunch of other crap. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, this is the reason why I'm not friends with this girl anymore. She was a really bad person. She was just really a bad person. She was a liar. I lied too. I'm not gonna say any, like, I'm not gonna make it look like I was a little angel. I mean, I remember I lied about my race. Because I was ashamed of being myself. I lied about my age too, but I never, ever in a million years will set up a friend, you know, to get, you know, fame. That was just really fucked up. So yeah, if you guys know who I'm talking about, obviously you can save the name. Please don't comment the name. But yeah, this is why I'm not friends with that person anymore. And she reached out to me a couple times recently and back in the day, but I blocked her because she was always trying to be, she was just really shady. I even still tried being friends with her like a couple years back when I was dating Brandon. I'm still dating Brandon, but when we first started dating, me and Brandon, we actually double dated with her and her boyfriend at the time, and we let her spend the night at my house, and they had a big old fight, and it was just so embarrassing. Like, it was just crazy. She was just shady as fuck. I didn't like her. So yeah, she's a fucked up person. She came over to my house, and it was just fucked up. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys get a story out of this. Like, you guys understand why I'm not friends with this girl anymore. So yeah, don't trust a lot of people. Just stay in your circle and make friends when you're older, because I feel like that's how people, you know, when you're young, you just don't act. I don't know. I'm all over the place, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you so much, and until next time, bye!